ambassador if you like.
Nice.
Hey, dude.
Good evening, guys. How are you?
Good, thank you.
How's it going?
I'm good. I'm good. Excited to be here, guys.
I appreciate you guys jumping on. I know it's a Friday night for most of you guys over there.
Well,
Are you into Saturday already?
Yeah, it's Saturday morning out here. I'm in Malaysia right now, so.
Gotcha.
oh, cool. Well, for
I'll
us,
just really quick introductions while Ron's just doing a little bit of digging right now for Cody. So, Waskar and Ron, guys, I got to know these guys over the last, it's been a little bit more than 2 months now. And AJ, you know me quite well. Cody, you and I, we've had a reasonable time to start to get to know each other. And part of my due diligence process is, it's pretty thorough. It doesn't guarantee anything, but what we usually guarantee is that there are real people behind real projects, and we don't often get our asses kicked. But this is really taking things to the next level. The kind of professionalism and commitment that I've seen from Ron and from Waskar is, in my opinion, it's next level. It's what we really would expect from any guys that plan on building a legacy company. I got to know the owners of USANA, billion-dollar company, and the degree of professionalism with those guys carry themselves. These guys are doing exactly the same thing. So for me, it was easy. It was easy to move full speed ahead into the project. Guys, Cody and AJ and Kyle, I haven't had that much of an opportunity to get to know Kyle, but they're all online marketers. And their last project, their personals, it was blown. It was hundreds and hundreds of people were just in their personals. And so they've got strong online presence, but more importantly, sort of the chops of getting their marketing out there and getting results. They're really good at that stuff. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to pull this together.
Awesome. Appreciate it, John.
So why don't we do this? Because we have limited time for everyone involved. AJ, why don't you guys dive right into the Q&A and
yeah, so Cody has a list of questions. Maybe we'll start with Cody and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, so just kind of all over, I just kind of brought in a few questions from people that have brought questions to me from my downline, stuff like that, some other marketers and stuff that want to have some clearance so they can get the go ahead on, just feeling like being fully backed, backing this fully. So that way they have the confidence of moving forward with this. But the educational products, can you kind of go over those a little bit as far as what the educational products are going to be considered in a 300 pack and kind of gradually going up, and when the release dates of those are going to be coming out?
Ron, can you help me out with that one?
Sure, not a problem.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so sorry, I was doing a little bit of research there at the same time. So you asked about the educational portion of it. And
the rollout.
He asked about the chapters from 300 to 2000 and the levels and where we're going to release them. I asked Ron to help me out there with dates because he's running the whole production and the e-learning that we're going to release. I'm going to say it. We're going to release it. The official launch is going to be held in Panama on November 8 through 10. So in the event of the November 9, we're going to release our core product, which is educational. And well, pretty much I'm pretty excited. We are looking forward to release amazing material. And if you can take a look around the industry regarding the educational product for trading Forex and all that, there is not an academy with premium content, top of the line system, e-learning, with interaction, with quiz, with real personalized assistant behind it. So right now we're gathering a team of professionals and we're putting a big amount of resources into the academy to offer not only for our company members, but to others outside the company, this product. So we are taking really seriously this product of the company. So your guys are gonna be excited when you have to be able to see it and to use it.
Yeah, we're taking care of all that up in our Ontario, Canada office. We're doing all the production. We've got a production manager over that project, actually 2 of them, that have been in the industry for well over 10 years. They've worked with a lot of very large, some of the largest companies in India as well as Saudi Arabia and throughout the world. And we've assembled that team specifically for CashFX. So we've brought them away from their other projects. And we'll have actors and things that we'll be shooting video with. And as Waskar talked about, you'll have very interactive e-learning. And we're going to start off, we expect by the launch to have the elemental series done. Okay. We may get into some of the Supreme series, but everybody starts from, point 1. So, whether you buy a $20,000 package or you buy a $300, you're starting at the $300 package. So we'll get that education ready. You guys will see a great sample of that. Are you going to join us in Panama? You guys going to?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to meet you guys. So myself, my wife, Waskar, his new baby, his fiance, we're all going to be down there having a good time. So I'd love to have you guys come down there.
Ron, just to be 100% clear, because I don't ever want to repeat anything accidentally and get myself in trouble. Did you say Waskar's wife and his girlfriend were both going to be there?
Oh man, this is going to be
the girlfriend is not included, man.
No, that is not what I said. Okay. So anyway,
we hope.
Because if he's pulling that off, I've got some shit to learn from him.
Yeah. Well, what happens in Panama, stays in Panama. That's why I moved to Vegas, bro. But I actually brought my wife with me. So the whole thing about what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas is, I don't know, I blew that.
Well, actually, I met mine in Vegas, and it didn't stay in Vegas. So
that's right.
Touche.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys. So we've got production underway. The e-learning is definitely something that's going to be rolled out for the grand launch. It's something that we're going to show on stage there, and it'll be top notch. The criteria or the not criteria, the curriculum that we got from Waskar and his professional traders and his team. We're just going through that, and there's a long process in production on an e-learning system. But the team that we've assembled has done it over and over and over again. And so we're going through and putting all the different SCORM and things like that in place. And so the LSM systems that we're putting into place will be all, very top notch. It's not the first time we've been.
So also I want to add that we're working very extremely close with the Minister of Education in Panama. So we got all the documentation, and we're working with them to add that curriculum as a academy officially, let's say, supported by the Minister of Education there. So we have like a floor there with people there, and we're gonna offer that academy to a lot of people within the CashFX or outside CashFX. So that's why we're investing a decent amount of resources on that academy.
Yeah, you guys, it's worth coming just to see the office. I mean, it's absolutely state of the art. It's going to be beautiful. So we got to see. I won't tell about it, but we got to see some of the top secret pictures today on Waskar shared that with me. So it was very, very nice. And
now
you didn't record the screen, Ron, right?
It's already on YouTube, bro. You haven't heard about it? So no, it's he bought the 11th floor in the building across from the Hard Rock Megapolis Hotel and Casino there. So
I guess the other question was, because this curriculum is gonna be, I guess, some sort of certified. Like, are you guys gonna be hosting classes in that facility? Then is that the plan?
No, it's all gonna be e-learning.
Okay.
It's all going to be e-learning. And so we'll take you through different modules, and there'll be, some video, and then there's very interactive ways to get people to learn. We play off of several different, senses, and, some people learn in different ways. So we incorporate all those different methods to teach them,
awesome.
right
Amazing.
down to the point of drag and drop things over to match up with, so it's very, very interactive.
Amazing.
So,
awesome.
What we have is the infrastructure to have support personnel there. We have a big space for have that personal, group of people to deliver, that experience, that get back to those who are using the system. That's what we have.
Awesome. So yeah, it sounds like you guys are gamifying the process, and I always like anything to do with gamification. And another thing I noticed, you guys aren't charging monthly fees, and for the education, which is a big thing out there, is a lot of these places, they have good education. I'm not going to knock it. It's just that the average person coming in to take that education with the monthly fee attached to it and get a profit bigger than the monthly fee, it's not something the average person can go out there and do. And that's why I love the fact that it's integrated into the packs and you can earn while you learn. So that was a big part.
That, Cody, but everything you pay on the education, you earn all that back and a bunch of profit on top of it. You can literally put your money and sit there, go through your educational course, and earn on the backside at the same time. I don't know any other program that does that. It allows you to passively earn back the price you paid for your education and then some. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a big part that had me, was with the education offering that. A lot of places, they do one or the other, and to be able to have that both, and you guys are given options of earning, through the passive way with you guys and your guys' account, or going out and taking out your own trades. And I like that, and that adds to your guys' future vision and where you guys want to actually head. But another thing is, with the transparency and the app coming out, I've heard a little bit about this app coming out, about showing live trading and stuff like that. I don't know too much about it, and I was hoping maybe you guys could touch on that, because transparency is one of the biggest things that everyone's looking for. So with the app, what's your launch date with that, and as far as vision with that, and is there any other kind of things in the works that you're working on with that?
And before you guys answer that, I want to add on too, and is there a possibility to have my FX book somehow linked to that? Because I think that's the biggest ask of the community, people that have been in Forex kind of deals in the past and things like that. A lot of the transparency people want to see is, going through, let's say, something more verifiable, which is, my FX book. So.
Right. AJ, the MyFX book is being built right now. The trades are being loaded in there. I'll let Waskar take the floor on that one here in a second. Also, it's something I want to add to you, Cody, is it's not just an app. We're working on a live feed that'll actually go through your back office as well. So you'll have desktop as well as mobile. Waskar, take the rest of that if you would.
We're working on release an actual live app for managing the business through your smartphone, iOS or Android. But that's right, Ron. We are working with the traders and with the team to feed my FX book, and to have the whole system integrated that you can see in your back office what we're doing. Because at the end of the day, people just want to build something that is real, that has real results. There are people being, trade funds, and people will have a few surprises on that event on November 9th. We're inviting, key partners from our business, some institutions that are really big institutions, famous institutions. They're working with us as a company. So it's worth it to go down to that event, get your tickets or qualify for that promotion. We did a promotion that is really easy. Actually, there's already a few leaders that are, qualifying for that. And we just want to, have fun in that event, show everything we got, and to have a memorable event, people that can feel that excitement. And we know what is going to happen after November 9th. And we're experiencing right now extremely fast growth. But I think we are yet anticipate what is going to happen after November, because people will have everything they ask. And a lot more.
Yeah, and I think that's the key. You know, a lot of projects that we've done in the past, there's been a lot of promise, a lot of deadlines that, you know, that have either been missed and then delayed and never kind of came into fruition. And having that background, you know, having that reputation to, you know, working with projects like that, you know, obviously trusting you guys to meet the deadlines and executing on them, that's going to be a major part of, you know, what our community is looking for.
I hear you. I mean, I came from the industry myself. I've been there, you know, and I've been let down before many times, and I know how to fix it. Right now, from the corporate side, I see that the reason and the purpose that we built this company was to fill out those promises, you know, and to give back what we know it works and what we know the industry and the leaders building a company needed, you know.
And guys, it's not a lack of desire to be transparent. It's really, I mean, if I'm going to be transparent here, okay, it's a lack of time. Okay, we're literally going 15, 18 hours a day, sometimes more, to get as much done as we can. Now we got the launch approaching rapidly. We got the e-learning being done. We got all these parts that are moving. And think about this. You got to get, this is the first round with everything. So we got to get the recognition pins. We got to get the swag. We got to get all the security and the staff and everything lined up. Wascar's got staff out in Panama right now getting ready for the event. I mean, this far out, you know, they're out there making sure they get things lined up and contracts signed and stuff. So it's really, honestly, just comes right down to a lack of hours in the day. But
some companies stay like 1 year in pre-launch run. You've been in so many dozens of pre-launch over the years, and we know that we push that official launch because we wanted to be ready and we wanted to, you know, have no excuses for our members and to be out there, you know, with everything ready. So we're making a huge effort to push really close that launch event. But we know we.
Sorry, I was just going to say, I just don't want you guys to think there's any smoke and mirrors or anything like that here. It doesn't come down to, hey, we're going to say one thing and do another. It's nothing like that. It's literally just, I mean, you can ask John. He pulls a lot of hours with us as well. John's very interactive on a lot of the videos and things like that with us, and in development on things. It's just literally nonstop. So we will honestly get that rolled out as quick as we possibly can. Also, we know that as soon as those things do come out, that this company is absolutely going to explode. So we're trying to make sure all the infrastructure is in place as well. So because one of the things is with 23 years now in business development, over 20 startups, one of the things that can cause a company to go down is imploding from bottlenecking, you know, because you don't have your infrastructure there. So all of the things are moving along in a top priority basis based on putting infrastructure, support, you know, everything in place to be able to account for the volume that's about to hit.
Yeah. Well, one thing that really attracted me to this project is, you know, in itself, your credibility. I mean, you know, I kind of know your history, your background, and what you've done. So, and then the trust factor with John. So when I saw this project, I knew that, you know, it was going to be executed correctly. I come from a project manager standpoint. I was with IBM for about 6.5 years as a project manager. So, you know, when it comes to getting things done on time and, you know, meeting deadlines, and that's my forte. So I know all about it.
Good.
Oh, wow.
And I like everyone to know, you know, this is pre-launch. So there's going to be a lot of people watching this replay and stuff. And that's the whole point of the term pre-launch, because it's not everything is officially done. So, I mean, getting in on the pre-launch part has, yeah, it's higher risk, but it also has its higher rewards. And, you know, just from my standpoint of why I jumped in early, you know, this is the first Forex platform that I've ever personally joined. Like, I'm very strict on what I do, but knowing, I do know about Ron as well. And then also knowing John, I've worked with him a few projects before. I've met him in person. I mean, he's flown out to help me do live events. Like, we've worked on a few different projects, and everything that he's done has always been consistent, and none of them have ever gone away either. So with all the different aspects of it coming together, that's why I really went big in on this as well. And again, yeah, it's pre-launch, so wait for launch, and that's when everything's going to be coming out for sure. But Another question for this was actually from a downline, and I thought it was a really good question. So your guys' packs, they start at 300 and they go to 100,000, but at the 2K to 5K range, there's a little gap of, say, someone who's not going to promote this at all is just doing the bare capital strictly of 2 times. The 2K pack, when it doubles, goes to 4K. So there's a little gap there. Like, do you guys plan on possibly launching a 3K pack or something like that to fill that gap to help compound a little quicker? Or because they're going to run out at the 4K pack and have to repurchase a 2K pack and then try to go to the 5. Was it designed specifically for this reason, or?
I'll touch on that, and then Oscar, you can take the floor after that. But one of the things about this, Cody, is that let me talk about my past for just a second here, okay? Because several years ago, I developed a bot for the Forex industry as well. That bot, we traded on that for quite some time before we opened the doors. When we opened the doors, what happened to allow investors to come in is within a month, we had $10 million to trade, okay? And it just continued to snowball very, very quickly because of the fact that when people start making money, they don't keep their mouths shut. They go out and they spread the word, okay? So yes, there is a gap there. If someone wants to simply wait for the cap and renew again, okay, they can totally do that. Now, and that's fine, all right? And that way they can earn twice and they've got the money they need. Or I think the natural progression of this program is that they will refer a few people to it and they'll make that extra up in the bull side of things. I've had people that have told me, well, I'll put some money in and see what happens. And they got teams, now they got teams already going. So it's just the natural progression of it. But you are correct. There is a gap there. There's a gap also. I believe it's in the
from 50,000 to 100,000.
There you go. Yep, the 50 to the 100. Yeah. So if you're not building both the bull and the bear at the same time, you're going to have to sit on the package a couple of times. So and that's totally okay to do. I mean, it just really depends on what people want to do with it. And a whole nother option is they can always sit on the same package over and over and just keep picking up, a profit in their pocket. It's not going to be as much as if they progress through, but they can always do that. So, there are those scenarios, but the whole system has been built around, encouraging people to do a little bit more for themselves, bring some people in, help others out. If you look at every aspect of CashFX, it really is. And I always go back to Waskar. He didn't need to build this company. All right. He is already financially independent, and the next few generations of his family are now. But he didn't have to build this. But the reason he built it was to help other people. And if you don't duplicate that from the top down, and you don't find ways to really, compensation plans, sales events, things like that, it's steering people where you want them to go. Okay. So if you want to encourage others to help others, how do you do that? You motivate them financially to go and do that. Okay. So that's what CashFX is all about. Don't keep it for yourself. Share it. Help other people. Waskar, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, that's the reason that we build it that way. We could have packages from $100, and then we viralize the whole internet with our program, making the program easily to join and just to share it. But looking the industry back and looking all the platforms out there that come and go, and disappear after 3 months, 5 months, 6 months. We didn't like that. We are offering a core product which we are investing a lot of money in, and we're giving out for free because at the end of the day, we give it away all the commissions from the academy. So basically, we want to attract, valuable members in a community, in a business that is real and that is a professional business. So that's why the entry level, the gaps and all that, and the whole ecosystem is designed for people to value what we offer, not the other way around. Well, we're not looking for people. We're looking for people who wanted to help others, to want to learn from what we offer, to open opportunities for new people. And that's the message, guys, that to help others, to make a difference in the industry. Everything that we do is based to help people and based on being transparent and to help people to achieve excellence. That's the message that we're looking for. Okay.
Yeah, awesome. Appreciate it. So yeah, with CashFX, I mean, you guys are definitely filling a void that's been needed to be filled in the forex market, and you're seeing it with your explosive growth coming out. I mean, I don't know your guys' personal numbers obviously as far as company wide, but from what I've seen, it looks like you guys are on track. By the time it finally actually officially launches in November, in that pre-launch phase, you probably will already have done more revenue than a lot of these top forex companies did their first year after officially launching. So I mean, there's some big momentum behind that. And but the other thing is the future. Like, what is your guys' vision and future plans with the company? Like, you guys are launching the academy and everything like that. Do you guys have any other like future plans with product wise or anything in that nature, or anything you guys can kind of give hints on possibly?
Yeah,
Like,
and to kind of yeah, go. Sorry. And to add to that, I think one question that I can kind of piggyback off, a lot of people have been asking me, is there going to be some sort of Visa card or credit card that can spend the commissions from straight
you guys
the
are
wallet?
on the top, man. You guys
you guys are listening in on these meetings or something? What's going on?
Something like that.
I recommend everybody watching this video to join these guys because they are on top of things. That's very good. And I will share with you that we're planning to release a timeline for developing the company for the next 5 years at least. With core products, we develop our own developing team, technology team, programming team, and the ecosystem that this company is planning to launch is very extensive. And regarding the learning and the knowledge about Forex, everything lead in one direction to be able to empower people, empower our members to have the knowledge to go and open their personal accounts, and plug in directly into the Forex market. And then, of course, with the support of CashFX, providing real top of the notch technology and services to help them achieve success. So basically, this is everything that I can share for now. But the company has, yes, many products based on technology, and we're rolling out different stages. And from July 15, they will open pre-launch, and then almost 5 months later, in November 9, we're pretty much doing a lot, and we're growing a lot. So we're hoping to next year in 2020 to be one of the most explosive years to come, because people will look in our direction definitely with what we're going to announce in November. Okay, so yes, we do have a really defined timeline with many products, and the idea is to people to plug in into the Forex market and to learn and be able to trade themselves.
All right, awesome. So just so I'm clear on the 5-year timeline, is that going to be launched at the live event, or do you have a date on that? Or okay.
Yes, we're planning to execute, to show people what we're planning ahead in 5 years, so that people can have like a dimension where we're participating, what we're doing, developing.
Yeah, and I think that's really key for a lot of people that come in here, both either investors or even business builders alike, having that long-term vision, because as we all know in this industry, it's tiring to be building over and over and over again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same way I feel. And I was going to say that you guys, when he mentioned about the vision, because I've been in a few meetings, private, closed meeting, and a few leaders, just ask about our vision, because everything starts from there. Everything starts from where you're picturing yourself in time, when you have the right intentions. If you have the right intention to build something, to create something meaningful, besides the money, talking. So that's one of the key things, knowing where you're going or what you wanted to do with the business. So that's very good from you guys.
Yeah, vision, especially in pre-launch phase, when you're, I mean, you're going to be able to, like, you guys are going to be able to, like, really, really, like, push the you don't have a track history to say, look at what the last 5 years of our company have done, stuff like that. Vision is really important in the beginning, especially. It's always important, period. You always need that there, but in the beginning, it's always good to have that. And that's why, I really wanted to touch on that. It's great. So with the live event, I personally love live events.
I just wanted to share with you too, one of the terms that we throw around quite a bit in our meetings is legacy company, because that's exactly what we're building here. We're not looking to, exhaust all these hours and all this time and money, into something that's not going to last either, so just as much as you guys are looking for legacy, we are too. And it's going to be, a 20+ year project. It's literally something we want to hand on to, the next generation, our families as well. So we're putting the infrastructure in place to be able to support all that. But that's everything we do. We're looking at how do we scale this, is it sustainable, or should we go a different direction that is more sustainable? So everything is always that, ran through the longevity, filter to make sure it's going to last. We're not building anything that is just temporary. So we're doing everything top notch for long term.
Well, I was in our earlier meeting, in a production meeting, I was talking with Ron about a few things that we're working as a company, a few products that we're testing out and that we're making a lot of money with it. And I can tell you that we are a company that we create a company based on what we already have, not create a company because we needed to, pretend or fill out the gap or to show something, Most businesses start in the wrong way because they design a compensation plan just to go out there and grab some money, instead of, having a strategy or having a product or have the, something that works and then go out there and sell it. So basically we spend many months adjusting our strategy, unique strategy. That is the core base of this company, that we make money out of that, and implement it with technology that we design ourselves as a company. So this is the core basis of why we're able to pay people based on their deposit, and the relationship that we develop with the brokers that operates with us. They are very happy with us, They are very, very happy, and that's why you're gonna see them, and you're gonna feel them not hearing from us. You're gonna hear it from them. They're gonna talk about their experience, about talking about us, what we are doing with them. So this is really important to understand. So then we spent 6 months developing the compensation plan when we decided that we wanted to go out there and help people and share what we had with the people. So this is very important to people to realize and to understand that we started this company because we found something special, and then we thought that we can leverage that into something bigger. So I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Really appreciate that. No, that's really good. When it comes to vision, I mean, ultimately, that's always the biggest thing. And like what Cody said, because we don't have anything to stand for in terms of, past results or anything, the vision is always going to be key. And, people believing in that vision and co-creating it together. I want to kind of flip the script and turn into more the technical things on how are we going to make this transition or this build a lot easier for a lot of the community. The biggest thing right now is the hiccups of making payments for the newest person, not having BTC and not experiencing having Bitcoin. The whole sourcing of Bitcoin is what's going to delay this kind of build, because either with Coinbase people are going to experience 7 days, 14 days delay. What do you guys have in terms of recommendations, or what do you guys have maybe in the works that you guys maybe have experience, amongst the field right now? Yeah.
I mean, these guys are good, man. John, where do you find these guys? These guys are good. Well, I cannot say much.
Definitely not a first rodeo. Definitely not our first rodeo.
Yeah, I cannot share much, but we're developing a solution for that as a company. and we're gonna roll out that some part of those solution on the event, you know. But recommendation to get people authorized in exchange. You know, people can always do wire transfer to the exchange, use credit cards, you know, and of course those are over the counter, what is it called, the page, the Bitcoin, that people offer Bitcoins
Local Bitcoin
Local
online.
networks.
Bitcoin.
Huh?
Yeah, local Bitcoins online.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, through local Bitcoin, you can, you know, find a lot of sellers. Of course, at the beginning, you know, guys, that people will have to face some fees, you know, 5 to 10% fees. And even if you're lucky, you can, you know, waive some fees with credit cards. But that is the process that people will have to face in order to join the industry. You know, there is no other way to do it. And we need to teach them to do that. Now, I can promise you something. We are investing a lot of money in the platforms that we're going to release, and then we're going to offer solution for not only CashFX member, but a lot of people in the world. So this is the only thing I can say for now.
Yeah,
No,
it's definitely a pain point. We know, guys, that it's a pain point for people coming in. And so, as you know, what we're doing over here is we're addressing those pain points one at a time, and trying to gain more control over things, to speed things up, to make them smoother, overall better experience for people. So we'll see in Panama. So
Yeah,
just come down
and
there.
also, guys, we only have
We
75
got to keep
days.
some of this for the launch, you know. So, but it's being worked on. So, anytime you guys are feeling stuff like that, we appreciate you guys bringing it back with feedback and stuff. But it is definitely recognized at you know, at a corporate level, at a programming level, and has been being addressed for quite some time.
awesome. Yeah,
I can say also that TCP, the Conversions Pro, has a lot to do with a lot of things that we're you know, be able to escalate, to do automatic, you know, the programming team, the security our site has is top of the line, and that's very important also, you know. The management risk that we have in place, from the experience that we have over 10 years of experience in different areas, you know, also bring certain level of security for the company, you know, because a lot of people or platforms, you know, talk about they've been hacked or this and that, you know. Probably most of them, you know, they are true, some of them not, you know, and they just don't have the money to back it up and just, you know, close the platform. But yeah, we're working with very professional people around, and the team that we're putting together is pretty good. So we feel very comfortable with, and very excited about that also.
amazing, amazing. And I love that you guys are really stand up about answering all these questions. And I think, you know, from even, you know, I speak for probably Cody and Kyle myself, you know, we can feel the sincerity coming out from, you know, what you guys are explaining, your answers and things like that. And, you know, I don't want to keep this too long. I have a couple of more questions, just more technical stuff that I've experienced kind of using the back office. Is there any way to do reporting, any type of searches and reporting for past transactions, and maybe even going through the organization and things like that? Because right now, as business builders, as you know, sometimes we do our own like promotions within our teams and things like that. And having those kind of tools and reporting and things like that will make our lives a lot easier, being able to kind of, you know, doing reporting to see, you know, who's produced better, you know, month over month, or if it's, you know, since they started, whatever it might be, right? You know, I know that it's all a programming thing, you know, coming from an IT background. So I don't know if that's kind of in the works or that's kind of in the pipeline for you guys.
AJ, so right now you can look at past transactions. If you go to your balance report there, and you actually click on the description of each item. So if it says Unilevel, click on it.
Okay.
You'll be able to drill down into it. A lot of what you're talking about too, though, is a page that we were just discussing earlier today that is going to be coming into effect here, so that you guys can understand what rank you're at, what your highest rank ever achieved, and what you need to do to get to the next rank. Okay. So all of that is being taken care of in the background right now. It is not ready for release quite yet, but in the very, very near future, it will be ready to come out. But yeah, as far as drilling down and stuff, yes, those are there. I know that like the tree viewers and things, those were some things that we were handed at Conversion Pros when we came over. So we will work with CashFX, with Wascar to, come up with better solutions for your matrix and your unilevel tree viewers if you're looking, in that direction. But as far as the reports, I usually, go to my reports is where I like to go. But so yeah, the reports you're requesting are being worked on right now. Do you see how you can drill down? Are you looking at the?
Yeah, I'll play around with some more. I think the biggest things is like, trade history and things like that. Since you've started, because if I'm looking at, can you?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I'll look into it further. Yep, perfect.
Every one of those descriptions, if you click on any of them, it'll show you. So like all of last week, you'll see all 5 trades for last week by going to last Saturday's in your balance. Okay. So if you go to the balance report, click on trading pool for last week, you'll see all 5. You click on unilevel, you see all that. You go to matrix, you'll see all of that. It's literally page after page. And each one of those reports, guys, you have the ability to choose by level. So if you go to your unilevel report, you can search by level 1, level 2, all the way through, break it down to what level you're looking for. Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so all that is there. One of the things that we're working on while we're on this subject is I have my programming team putting together a demo account because I would love to have already had up a training library for you guys on all of these things, but I can't use live data, okay? Because then it's breach of privacy. And so we're actually structuring an entire fake account with all fake data and doing all these transactions. And then I can go in and start the training library for you guys. It'll be located under the resources. And every single report, every page, everything will be explained. Because one of the things that the Conversion Pros is also doing is training the customer service. We have all the ticket system and things. So I'm able to go in and look at the things that are coming in on a daily basis. And I know what the most frequently asked questions are. That's another thing we're building up is the FAQ section. But the training library, basically, we're going to get it to a point where even the customer service could just go, oh, okay, and give you a link to that video resource so that you guys can go there and go and watch it over and over again until it sinks in or so all of those resources are being built. Again, we're in pre-launch and it's a lot to do, but we are getting through those things and those reports are coming through.
Awesome, amazing. No, and and these are kind of answers that I love hearing from you. We ask you one question, but you're coming up with not just one answer, but you're coming up with the vision behind those answers, and that really shows me that you guys are forward thinking and looking ahead as to thinking outside the box as to the customer experience. And just like what you said too, at the end of the day, it's not what we say or what we do, it's how we make people feel in this industry, right? People coming in, they feel that they're taken care of, from the moment they sign up to, to the moment, they start building the business if they choose to or whatever it might be. So I think
even bigger than that, AJ, because the fact that what we're doing is we're taking feedback from the field. So anything you guys see, any suggestions, they go on a priority list and we talk about them, and then Wascar decides, okay, yes, we'll implement that, or no, we won't, and so based on this, basically we're getting feedback from the field to help evolve this company, because this is a company that will always be in process. It's never going to be finished. Okay. And so with that in mind, how do we know what you want if we don't ask you? You guys are an extension, okay, of the corporation. You're literally an extension of that. So if we're not in tune with what you're doing and you're unhappy with what we're doing, this company is not going to grow. It's not going to bless the people that we want to bless with it either. So absolutely. I mean, transparency is what Wascar founded this company on, and it's what we'll continue to move forward with.
I also want to add that if you go to your personal referral under a network, you're going to see the last column showing the team points for each referral that you have in your organization. So that is the way you can track the promotion on the 40% rule. Like, you can have you can qualify for free to all expensive covered by the company to go into the event in Panama. We just have to get the 25,000 points and the 3 referrals. And then each referral can have a maximum of 10,000 points. So you can see it right there in the personal referrals team points. So
Awesome. I
yes,
was actually
there's
curious about that this morning. Yeah, that's perfect.
That's a new ad that just went in the last few days here. So,
And well, that's also going to give AJ that digging in for their own self-promotion that he was looking for.
exactly. So you can count the points for each referral and each team that you have.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
giving,
Amazing.
offering personal promotions. Yeah, we're working, AJ. We're working on a lot of stuff at the same time. We just, a new company, a new baby, and it's being developed by multiple teams at the same time. But be assured that in the next 90 days, we're gonna have really, really updated and upgraded experience.
Yeah, and I see that. I mean, I've worked with a lot of startups in the past too. I mean, this is probably one of the easiest that I've kind of been dealing with in terms of, even customer service. I sent a ticket to customer service just as a joke. The question was, how do we make our daily returns a lot bigger? And I wrote in the comments, it's just a joke. I just want to test out a customer service response time. And yeah, it's been great. I mean, even in pre-launch, the turnaround time was great. So it's really good, So that's really amazing.
I thought your username was familiar. I actually saw it. Yeah.
Okay.
And Brandon, our customer service manager, he continued, I don't know how to answer this one, but I think he's kidding. And I'm like, yeah, he's kidding. Be sure and respond back to him on that one. So.
Awesome. Cody, do you have any more questions? Yeah, awesome. Cody, do you have any more questions? Kyle, I want to wrap this up because I don't want to go too long. It is recorded and we want to share this with inside our community, just so that they get to see your personalities, and, having you guys answer questions. And I know sometimes it's not easy to answer questions on the spot, but you guys did a really great job. So really amazing.
Yep. So I got one question that I wanted you guys to really explain. I'm explaining it over and over and over personally, one by one, all the time. And it's the 20% withdrawal fee. And people who just skim over the video and don't really watch it, all they get from it is I'm paying the company 20%. They don't get anything else behind that. And if you really watch the presentation, you understand it. But we can't control these kind of things, new people coming in and stuff. And the 20% withdrawal fee, that's one of the things I'm most excited about, especially being in a pre-launch phase, especially being in the positioning that we're in right now. But can you guys kind of elaborate on that and explain why it's such a beneficial part of this compensation plan and moving forward and with the timing right now, and just kind of break that down?
We're both excited. I see you moving forward on your chair, Waskar. I'm like, I'm ready for this one. I'm gonna let you answer, but I'm gonna say most of the companies, they take that withdrawal fee and then they don't give anything back to anyone. They just keep that withdrawal fee. So I'm gonna let Ron answer that. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Okay, so why I love it, Cody, and I hope you're on the same page with it. You said you're excited about it. Here's why I love it. Okay, I look at things for longevity. I look at things for sustainability. Okay. And one of the things about CashFX that I've never seen before is that you can literally close the doors and it becomes a fully sustainable ecosystem. That 20%, along with the upgrades, the renewals, things like that, it creates all of that. So I know you asked about the 20%. I want to talk about the ecosystem as a whole here for just a moment, because if you think about this, we're not saying the doors are going to get closed, but if it ever happened, if you close the door, you could literally continue to build this company from within, and everybody continues to be blessed. You could literally earn your way, as we talked about that at the beginning, from your 300 all the way to the 100,000. Some of you might have to sit on 2 or 3 times. That's okay. Okay. But if we close the doors, here's what happens is every time someone renews or upgrades, it creates that 30% that goes in the education that feeds back into the unit level. Okay. So, well, half of it and the other half goes to the fast start. So that continues. People have to continue to upgrade. Even if you reach the $100,000 package, are you going to do that one time, or are you going to do that as often as you can, right? So you're going to keep doing that. That's going to feed the fast start and the unit level. On the 20% side, which the education, the company doesn't keep any of that. It's 100% paid back to the field. The 20% is also 100% paid back to the field. Okay, think about this. So you've got people that can go in that matrix. They only purchased a package, okay, or a trade contract. They may not refer anybody. If they do, they'll, you know, get their matrix filled up even quicker. But every time someone renews, okay, or upgrades, if they're doing it from their balance, what they have to do first is withdrawal, creating that withdrawal fee. That withdrawal fee, half of that goes back in the matrix, okay? And then a portion of that is used for the check match, and the rest of it is used for the leadership bonuses, okay? But that 20% is 100% paid back to the field. The company does not make a profit on it. It's an intentional fee to create that perpetual system, all right? So as it's going back in, that half of that 20% is going back into the matrix, and it's creating income within the matrix. To me, it's incredible. I love the fact that this is fully self-sustainable. But no, I don't get hung up on the 20%. I mean, I pay some pretty high withdrawal fees myself, but I understand what it's doing for the community as well, and it's all part of that.
And let me tell you something else. Another key point. Looking from the traditional side business, you know, point. Overall, after withdrawing, people are getting 160% in a record time because we're paying very good. So if you look at for that, you know, passive income without, you know, having to trade themselves or anything, it's 160%, you know, that in good business practice, you know, that's pretty decent and way bigger income that any company can offer out there. So this everything looks pretty good from the field. If they decided to go further and they have a team up above them building, all the spillover, all those people falling under them without having to do anything will eventually fasten up the majority of the contract. So from any point that you may look at it, that is a unique strategy our company designed, and we feel very proud of it. And I think it will help a lot of people, not only networker, but also the investors and the people that are only focused on learning. And, you know, they are not building a network, but they are, you know, taking advantage of our knowledge and just making money while they learn. So that's the way it is. Guys, I really appreciate the call. It's been very nice meeting you. I see the leadership that you have, and well, I hope and I'm looking forward to see you in person in Panama, because we're building a unique experience for everyone that attend to that event. It will be a life-changing experience. And I can say that because from that moment, they are going to go out there with their, you know, with their knives and biting the knives to, you know, to build this company. So thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks again, guys. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, John. Cody, any last thoughts?
Yeah, I think that was great, and I don't want to keep you guys too long, but, you know, appreciate you coming out. Just the fact that you guys came out on camera, answered questions without any type of, you know, script, didn't know what the questions were going to be, just literally came in the hot seat and just literally, you know, you didn't even know, you know, who we were coming onto this call. You just took the hot seat from whoever, and that's a big part of transparency right there. And, you know, appreciate that. Appreciate everybody.
Well, we're glad to help, guys. We're glad to help, and welcome to the family. For sure, we'll be sharing more moments together. Thank you very much, and have a good night.
Thank you, guys. Good night.